Hello everyone, and this is my reaction to RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 1. Volume 8 of RWBY is finally here now. It's been a little over a month since I finished watching Volume 7, and this is going to be my first time watching RWBY live with everyone else. Well, almost everyone else. I'm not subscribed to Rooster Teeth first, so I had to wait next week to watch it. Okay, so I spent the last 6 months catching up to RWBY. I reacted to volumes 1 to 7 as well. I'm going to be releasing those on my channel as well. But since this is brand new, I just want to get this out there so I could finally be a part of the fandom and start talking to people about the current events of the show instead of stuff that already happened before that people would already have the answers to. Now I'll probably be on track with everyone else mostly. Okay, so enough about that. So last time in Volume 7 of RWBY, Team RWBY finally arrived at Atlas and found the Atlas fleet just guarding over the place. They found out that Penny had been built again, and then they met the Aesops and were taken to Ironwood, who reveals his new plan to create a new tower in Amity Coliseum, where he then plans to announce Salem to the rest of the Remnant. And he brought his fleet back to handle all the panic that had taken place over there. Meanwhile, Arthur Watts and Tyrion Callows had snuck into Atlas and are now trying to find a way to take it down. So we thought their plan was to win, but instead they were trying to set the stage for Salem's arrival. And as we saw at the end of Volume 7, Salem has come to Atlas on a giant whale Grim. So while that was going on, they kept telling Ironwood about the problems in Mantle and that how the people hate him down there. Ironwood said that he doesn't care much about his public image, but he is aware of all the unrest it is causing and he wants to do something about it. So, as we saw close to the end of Volume 7, when Salem first arrived there, she said she said that she would be coming, and then Ironwood went into panic mode and wanted to get Atlas out of the way, saying that he was willing to leave Mantle to die in order to save Atlas. And as we saw for a lot of Volume 7, Ironwood kept putting Mantle at the backwards priorities, and the problems over there kept getting worse and worse. And Tyrion's and Watts' actions just only added to those problems. They targeted Mantle first just to cause Ironwood to divide his fleet and make it easier for them to go to Atlas. First during the election at Robin Hill's victory party when Tyrion killed a lot of people and he and Watts blamed it on Penny, and then after Jacques got elected as consul, I'm glad Jacques finally in jail. So after that happened, Watts was able to use his access to get into the heating grid and turn it off. So after the heating grid went down and then they all went to Mantle to try and save it, they left Atlas vulnerable, and that allowed Salem to plan her next move. It left them wide open so that Watts could hack into the place and do something. So apparently their long-range sensors have been taken down while they were going after Mantle. Either Watts did it or Salem must have done it before she managed to get there. And so as a last-ditch effort, Ironwood's plan was to use the Staff of Creation to move Atlas far into the sky where no one could reach it. But to do that, he needed the Winter Maiden's power. He needed Winter to go and take the power of the Winter Maiden so that he could take Atlas all the way to the top. But the power of the Winter Maiden transferred to Penny instead. Ironwood was thinking that it may be too late to save Mantle, so instead he wanted to save Atlas instead. But Team RWBY said that they should stand their ground and try and save Mantle. And Penny decided to go with them because she was also the protector of Mantle, and she wanted to save the people of Mantle as well. So Penny then went with Team RWBY, and Winter gave them a head start, allowing them to escape. And then at the end, before Ironwood found out about the Winter Maiden, Oscar came down there to try and convince Ironwood one last time to not abandon Mantle. But Ironwood wasn't willing to listen to reason anymore. He felt like he should have just done what he should have done from the start. He should have just stayed strong from the start and just done what he knew was right instead of softening and letting his guard down. Because that was what gave Salem the opening. He's done following Osborne now. He's not doing what he thinks needs to be done to save Atlas and try and take down Salem as best he can. And when Oscar told Ironwood that he was no different than Salem, Ironwood shot Oscar and he fell down. And while Oscar was falling down, Osborne finally came back and helped Oscar survive the fall all the way down to Mantle. I still can't believe Oscar fell all the way down back to Mantle. Gosh, that was a long fall. So now, as of where Volume 7 ended, Penny is now the new Winter Maiden and has gone with Team RWBY and co. to try and save Mantle. Winter is still injured, help is coming their way, and as far as I can remember, They never managed to fix the heating grid in Mantle, so that's still broken and no one has heat in Mantle. Unless they can turn that back on, the people down there are going to die. And at the end of it, Ironwood found out about the Winter Maiden's power gone, so now he can't even move Atlas anymore. Atlas is wide open for Salem to attack. So at the end, when Ironwood found out about the Winter Maiden and he screamed, at first I didn't think about this, but then afterwards when I watched it again, I just couldn't help but feel bad for Ironwood. After all that he's been through, after failing Beacon, and after now having failed Atlas, I feel like what he needed was a win, like a genuine win. He thought he was finally doing something right when he managed to stop Watts, and he thought maybe he finally put a dent in Salem's plans, but then he found out Salem was coming, and that his plan to stop Watts never actually happened. He failed Beacon, he failed Mantle, and now he's worried that he may have failed Atlas as well. It's like nothing he's done has ever meant anything so far, and he's just not happy about it. He just wants to do something to Salem, but nothing he's done actually worked. So I think what he needs right now is a win, a proper win against Salem. I still don't see him as that much of a bad guy, but he definitely needs some convincing now. Okay, so now at the end of all that, Salem has finally come to Atlas on a giant whale, and I don't know what's going to happen next. But it's time to find out now in the premiere of RWBY Volume 8. This is RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 1, Divide. Time to do this. Time to start Volume 8. The episode is starting right now. And so let's see what happens now on RWBY. It's a bit louder. What's that? I got the right show, right? Is that it? Oh, that's Neo and Cinder. They're going to Salem's ship. Aren't they? Well, it's not a ship, it's a whale. Neo. She has no idea what she's seeing.
There.
There? Neo. Oh gosh, Manticore. What is that thing though? Does that thing have a name? Whoa, look at that. Like a pot for entrance. Like a basement. The Rooster Teeth logo. Rooster Teeth series. Sorry. Neo. Salem, there she is.
My queen.
And Salem has a new outfit also.
Cinder. When I chose you as my vessel for the maidens, I put my trust in you. So I trust that you wouldn't possibly return to me empty-handed.
Nope.
The relic of knowledge. I took it right from under Ironwood's nose.
Neo.
Smarting the general speaks less to your intellect and more to his. After
Right.
all,
Tyrion.
you were outsmarted by those children first.
And according to radio chatter, that same general and his forces outsmarted you.
Haha.
Shane Watts never made it back.
I'm afraid the doctor was a necessary sacrifice. I do hope this little one doesn't become another.
Who is she?
Neapolitan has some very useful abilities and has proven to be a valuable asset.
Wait, what? Neo.
You certainly do enjoy collecting assets.
Neo's like, wait, what? Oh, those three.
Cinder.
They have new outfits. Okay, didn't see that coming.
Here! I knew you'd
Ooh.
try it.
Yep. Oh, he was in the outfit too.
So devoted to someone so incompetent. While the good
Clearly.
doctor and I were advancing the will of our goddess, dismembering the very body of this kingdom, you were merely atoning for past failures.
Polendina's creation interfered with the transfer of the Winter Maiden power. But now I know she has it, and once I return to Atlas, it won't take long to finish what I started. That power will be mine.
No?
I've given no such command.
Aha. Sorry, Cinder.
Man, now's the time to.
This game is not yours to win, Cinder. It's mine.
She's making her move now.
Just because you're more valuable to me than a pawn does not make you a player.
Oh.
Everything is already in motion. All you need concern yourself with is your ability to act when I tell you to.
Of course.
And Neo?
Without you, I am nothing.
Huh. I won't know about that. Now go away. She's like, is this back in Mantle? Where is this? Oh, it's Oscar. Is Ospen back? Ospen's back, isn't he? Here, take it. Okay, Oscar.
Thank you.
Is Ospen back or not?
What's up?
He's back. Okay, good. And they're here too.
Need a lift?
Ah. Oh yeah, the heating grid is still offline. I talked about that. Sabers. And Manticore is coming too.
I was stupid to think the general would listen. Every choice I've made was the wrong one. And now,
Is that Oscar or is that Ospen?
We all did what we thought was best. I'm just glad you're alright.
Yeah, that's Oscar. Oh!
Yeah, I see you.
Oh, them.
Inside, hurry.
Okay. Is Robin there? Okay.
I know. Sector 3 is going to need the most help. I'm sending backup your way right now. Fiona, do you copy? We need transport from Sector 3 to the crater.
Then, oh. Aww. Oh, last time they saw each other, there was Neo.
When we heard you went off after Ironwood on your own, we.
Oh no.
How did you end up down in the slums?
it's a long story. I get the feeling there's been a few of those tonight.
Yep. Penny, you're now the new
You're
maiden.
going to tell them. You and I aren't done talking yet.
Okay.
Where's Crow?
He was taken into. Oh yeah, so was Robin. They were both taken into custody.
We don't know. The last we heard, he was with Robin, but
All right. Your friend is back now. You ready to work? The largest Grim Horde ever seen is hovering over the tundra, and out there is a city full of people with no heat, and from what you told us, no more military protection. And while we're happy to give you guys a place to lie low for a while, it's time to get those people some help.
How? Ironwood is stopping all evacuations to Atlas. And we can't get them out of the city with Salem's forces surrounding us.
The crater, beneath Atlas.
Oh,
It's not safe, but it's warm. And with everyone in one place, we can do a better job protecting them.
Alright.
May can send you where you're needed most. We've got to get everyone down into that crater before nightfall. In the slums, we might have a chance.
We're never going to sleep again. I just know it.
Either you're helping, or you're baggage.
Nice.
We need to get out there and do what we can for Mantle.
We
Alright.
need to do what we can for everyone. What about Amity? And telling the world about Salem?
Now I'll have to
We
wait.
can't do this alone. We
Oh.
need help.
Ruby's right. The Happy Huntresses are handling the evacuation better than we could. And there's a bigger picture. But Amity isn't even finished. It was still under construction.
True.
Doctor, what would you need to launch Amity now?
We made decent progress on construction and fuel collection. All potentially manageable, but Amity was designed so that it couldn't launch itself without first being granted clearance from General Ironwood's terminal.
Ah.
Ruby, there is no way Ironwood will cooperate with us.
But he doesn't have to.
No,
He just
Ruby.
need the green light from his terminal, right?
How are we gonna get it?
Back to the academy?
Yeah, actually,
You come.
there is more than one terminal. The one in his office and one in the main Atlesian military compound.
Ruby, this is a bad idea.
Have to get into the compound somehow, then get inside the operations room, and then, oh boy, I might need to think about this some more.
And just to clarify, this is the easy option?
What you're saying is it can't be done. It's pointless.
Ruby.
And even if you got the message out, there's no guarantee help would come.
It's not pointless. Atlas is only Salem's current target. She's not hiding anymore, and once she's done here, she'll move on to the rest of Remnant. We need to warn them!
Ruby, when we came here, we said we'd follow your lead. But things haven't exactly worked out.
Yang?
There are people here who need us right now. That's something we can actually do.
But this isn't about just Atlas. Ruby's right. It's about all of Remnant. They need to know in Vacuo, in Mistral, in Vale, what's coming.
Nora's going with
so they
Ruby.
can prepare.
I like how they're showing this.
Okay, then let's go for both. Get Amity up and running and evacuate Mantle.
But that's how
Yeah.
Salem got this far, by dividing us. We have to stick together.
No. What Salem wants is to turn us against each other. Just like this. John has a point. We
Okay.
can work separately and still be united.
Alright.
Or let me take the relic to Salem.
No!
And maybe she
Penny.
won't call off her attack on the kingdom.
Penny, you can't do that.
We can trust Salem to actually do that. And the moment she uses the staff to create anything else, Atlas falls onto Mantle.
Nobody's turning you over to anybody. I think that's the one
Oh, yeah.
thing we could all agree on.
Okay.
Okay. Then I guess we're going to Atlas. Can you help us get to that terminal?
I suppose someone needs to help you bypass security.
I'll go.
Penny?
Penny, we can't risk.
I'll go.
Oh.
Do what you gotta do.
Well, she's doing it.
I'm going out there to see what I could do.
Yeah,
Blake, you wanna go with her?
go by the pharmacy. I was developing some new tools for you all before this happened.
Pharmacy. You already getting an upgrade? Okay, so John's with them.
I'm going with Ruby.
Oscar's here. Okay.
But what about Mantle?
Oh, I'm saving Mantle. Because I actually believe we can do this.
Alright.
Hey, we're still united.
Okay, so those two.
So,
I can get Pietro out to Amity to repair, but that doesn't answer how we're getting all of you up to Atlas.
I
Where are
might
you?
actually have an idea.
Who's that? Who's that? Oh! He wants to talk? Answer?
Hello, Penny. I'm worried for your safety. Tell me where you are, and I'll have you picked up right away. Atlas needs you. Salem is here.
She's not going anywhere until you change your mind about Mantle. There's still a chance for Remnant to be...
Mantle? You're still worried about Mantle? Remnant is doomed, Ruby. Unless we leave, Salem will destroy Atlas, and with it, any hope humanity has left. We need to think about the future. If she makes it through her defenses, everything that follows will be on your hands.
You are Ruby? No. Oh yeah, they found out about Clover. Have they? Oh, Clover. You Winter. He has two metal arms now?
Sir,
Yes,
the
two.
prisoners have arrived. They're being processed in Stockade B.
Is that Neo? That's not Neo, is it? I never heard her speak before, but that looks a lot like her.
Crow and Robin?
Ah, Winter.
Could you give us the room, please?
I'll be fine.
Winter?
Thank you, Winter. I don't know what I would do without you. No one has ever seen a Grim Force this large before. The city's hard-light shields will hold, but not forever.
What will you do, sir?
Wait, you can't be in here.
This
Oh.
is absurd. Let us through.
Those two are here.
I am going to do everything I can to defend this kingdom,
What in God's name do you think you're doing, James?
no matter the cost.
Oh gosh. No! Arnold! You just killed what? Ooh, Winter, you can't. Come on, you two. Harriet, you've seen it. Come on, you just did that.
I have questions for you.
Shoot! Only one left. Can you track the scent?
But first I need the one who can show me how. Bring him to me.
You mean Oscar? And Aspen. Is it done? It's done. Whoa. Up, volume up. Clover. Crow and Harry. Robin. Ooh! Aww. Oh. I love this. What? Oh. Whoa. Cinder. Happy ever never after again. Happy ever after, happy never again. That was a crazy opening. Gosh, I'm definitely going back to check that out again. Definitely not as happy as last time though. Like a lot of stuff is happening in that. Whew. Ah, go away. Turn off autoplay. Well, well, if I'm being honest, that felt a bit like a slow opening. But it was not a bad opening at all. Not quite. In fact, I think it may have been. Well, actually no. Actually, I think this is the second first episode since Volume 5 to not have a fight scene in it at all. But it was still a pretty good opening. A pretty dark opening, like a pretty dark first episode actually. So we start off with Cinder and Neo going to Salem's giant whale, and Cinder finally delivering the relic of knowledge to Salem. And she told him about Neo. And I think Neo's doubting why she's here. Like, I think when Cinder told Salem about Neo, she was like, wait, what? Like, I don't think Neo ever agreed to be a part of all of this, and now I guess she is. And we found out that Emerald, Mercury, and Hazel have new outfits. And Hazel has a new hairstyle too. He cut his hair in preparation for all this. So those who look like they're battle ready. Meanwhile, back in Mantle, after Oscar fell down to the slums, the others came to find her, Ruby, Weiss, and Penny, and they all made it to a place where the Happy Huntresses were laying low. They met up with everybody else over there, Blake, Yang, John, Nora, Ren. Oscar just doesn't know what he was thinking when he thought he could change Ironwood's mind. He's now not telling them about Ospin. Well, he's saying that he has to talk to Ospin first before he tells them about it. So I think he is going to tell them about it, but not after he has another word with Ospin about stuff that happened. Because I think he has to talk to Ospin as well. But knowing Oscar, he will definitely tell them about it at some point. He will definitely tell them. He's not someone to keep this from them forever. He's one who got on Ruby's case for not telling Ironwood about the lamp because he said it was no different than what Ospin did to them. So first he's going to have a nice chat with Ospin, and then he's going to tell the others about him. They're not going to be too accepting about him at first, but if he has a plan to save Atlas, then now is the time to use it. For now, their priorities are evacuating Mantle and launching Amity Tower. So the group is splitting up with Yang, Jean, Ren, and Oscar helping out with the evacuations, and Ruby, Nora, Blake, Weiss, and Penny trying to launch Amity Tower with Pietro's help. Pietro said that they need to get to Ironwood's terminal, but there's another one that they can go to try and do something about it. And judging from the opening, it seems like there's going to be a huge rift between Nora and Ren, and I'm not happy about that one bit. So, as I said at the end of Volume 7, when Ren was crying, I think he doesn't understand the feelings that he's feeling right now. He always used to be duty driven and always focused on the task at hand, but ever since Nora kissed him during Robin's victory party, things have been starting to change for him and he doesn't know exactly what's going on. He needs time to fully understand everything that's been happening to him so that he can do something about it. So, as suggested in the opening, it seems like things are going to be a bit split up right now. And Nora is more on Team Ruby's side and not on their side. I'm not sure about that, but we'll have to wait and see later on in the volume. Either way, it looks like things are just getting started. So the Grim Force is still on the way to Mantle, and they have no idea how to stop it. For now, their priorities are evacuating Mantle and launching Amity Tower. And Ironwood, since he now knows that Salem can't be beaten, he just wants to get Atlas out of the way. He called Penny and asked him to come back, but Ruby said only if he changes his mind about Mantle, which he wasn't willing to do because he says it's too late for Mantle. Well, that's not exactly what he said, but okay. And then back at Atlas, the councilmen and councilwomen from before came to ask Ironwood about his thing with martial law, and then Ironwood just went and shot the councilman like that. He just killed him right then and there. What the heck, Ironwood? Come on. I want to be on your side. But stuff like this is not making it easy for me. And after Winter and Harriet saw what happened, and they're not too sure. I hope Harriet tries to do something about it, because there's no way she can be okay with that. I know she's about following orders and all, but she has to know that he's not the most trustworthy person at the moment. And the Aesop found out about Clover's death. They're obviously not happy about that. And so we didn't get to see Crow and Robin in the first episode either. They're probably still being taken into jail. Maybe they already have been since Clover's body is already back there. And so Ironwood now has a second prosthetic arm too, since he pulled out his So since he pulled out the other arm during his fight with Watts, he now has a second prosthetic arm as well. And Winter is not looking too good herself either. I wonder if Winter and Harriet are now going to disobey Ironwood after seeing the kind of person he's now turned into. He just trying to escape from Salem and just at least save Atlas. He's given up hope that Salem can be defeated, and he just wants to save the people that he thinks can be saved, at the very least. So the thing I said about Ironwood just needing a win still holds true. If he can't save Mantle, if he can't save Remnant, he wants to make sure that he can at least save Atlas. He wants at least some kind of win in this fight with Salem, if he can get one, that is. And he's just willing to sacrifice everything else just to make that happen. I just don't know what's going to happen next with him. I hope they can find a way to get through to him. I hope they can get him to help out. But now it looks like Atlas is in danger and they're just trying to do something about it. So Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Penny and Nora are now going to try to get access to launch Amity Tower so they can finally warn people about Salem. And Yang, John, Ren, and Oscar are going to help continue the evacuations. So they're now going to try and take them to the crater in Atlas where they can at the very least stay safe from all the Grim coming their way. But don't they still have the fleet guarding Atlas? Although knowing Ironwood, he's not going to spare any of it from Mantle, so I guess they're on their own. There are Sabers just about to enter Mantle, but they're not doing so just yet. Mantle is holding strong for now, and since the heating rate is still down, they can't do anything about that either. So I guess they had no choice but to go back to the slums. I just remember that they had to get the people out of there fast, because even if the Grim doesn't come for them, as long as the heating rate is down, there's no way they're going to last long. Yeah, so things are not looking good at all in this start of the volume. I'm definitely going to check out the opening again. So much stuff is in there. But yeah, this was a great first episode. Pretty gloomy, but great nonetheless. And now I'm really curious to see where they take it from here. So let's see how that happens next time on RWBY Volume 8. My reaction is now done.